Today, we are going to be looking at the sweet, sweet new plugin by Native Instruments known as Glaze. Let's get it. Yo, G, bless him, bless him, bless him. Welcome back to Bliss by G Beats. I am the G, and today we are going to be looking at a brand new play instrument by Native Instruments known as Glaze. And I think the name Glaze is perfect because whatever you put this on, it's going to make it that much sweeter. Yes, it is glaze. It puts a glaze on your tracks. And I really like this. Some people say it kind of reminds them of Melted Vibes, but Melted Vibes seem to be more about keys. What I like about this particular instrument is that it gives us more of the lush vocal type sounds. And that's what I'm really interested in. And that's what has impressed me about this play instrument so far. It's, if you want the whole technical breakdown, you can look all over the internet and talk about the play instruments. I even have some videos on my own channel that talks about the play instruments and how they work. But what I'm really interested in the most is the sounds. What do the core sounds sound like? And then when we begin to turn the knobs, what can we do just to tweak them when we turn the knobs? And that's what's so dope about these play instruments. They sound good automatically, but then with just a few tweaks of the knobs, which is really what their strength is, you can really come up with your own sound. So let's look at what Native Instruments has to say about Glaze, and then we're going to go through all 118 sounds, come back and talk about the plugin a little bit, then we're going to conclude. I've already bought it. You're going to have to decide if you want to buy it or not. So let's look at what it says. So when we look at this on the internet, it says Glaze, high gloss vocal instrument, versatile vocals that hit different for pop, hip hop, R&B, and beyond, which this is what I like it for because I love these, any kind of vocals, any kind of vocal accents in my tracks. It says play with riffs and runs, chopped vocal lines, mapped to scales for natural sounding sequences. I'm sorry, I said 118. It says explore 148 preset vocal licks, stacked chords, and even bass and pad sounds, or create your own. Part of the Play series, great sounding presets and real-time control in an intuitive interface. And it says here, breathe easy. Glaze delivers glossy vocal vibes on tap, from wide stack chords and pads to leads, bass, timbres, and more. Recorded with a diverse range of live vocals, it can do upfront vox duties on lustrous pop and silky smooth R&B, as well as processed melodics for hip hop and trap trickery. That's what I want to use it for. New riff and run presets let you create original vocal runs by combining chopped samples mapped to a scale, and preset macros make it quick and easy to add a little extra seasoning to your licks. Originally a custom vocal instrument for collaborating with pop artists, Glaze was built in collaboration with legendary engineers Curtis Sauce Wilson and looks like Rashad Holiday, after working with the likes of Neo, Ariana Grande, Will Smith, and Dr. Dre. And they have a real good little short 5-minute documentary on the Native Instruments website that they interview these two men. And I think they really do give some insight on the instrument and how they came up with it. And of course, it just kind of goes through and explains to you how you can use the instrument. And we'll look at that in just a moment. But it says number of sounds 200, number of presets 148. And so the play instruments, they're really simple, but they can be as complex as you want them to be. And we're going to look at them here in just a moment, because the cool thing about the play instruments is they have about 8 knobs you can tweak, so you don't have to go up under the hood. Let's see if we can pull that up on the screen too. So as you can see here, if you're familiar with the play instruments, it's pretty self-explanatory. So you have this instrument here. It has an A and a B. And so basically on the A side, there's a sound, and on the B side there's a sound, and basically you blend these sounds to come up with your own sound. And then, of course, as you can see up under the bottom, there are 8 knobs, and the 8 knobs control different things. Of course, the last one has volume, but as you can see, it has balance, cutoff, resonance, bit crusher. I think that says phases, tone, and then they've added a different button here called sauce. And so we'll kind of play around. Once we go through the sounds, we'll play around and see what the sauce does. But like I said, I'm not going to go too in depth because most people know about the Play Instruments by now. They got introduced about 2 or 3 years ago, and like I said, they can be as complex as you want them to be. You can go up under the hood, as you can see. You can hit the macros. There's a sequencer here, effects, and then of course back. Then there's the sound, and then of course, as you go in here and look at the different things that you can do, you can turn these on and off, as you can see here with the buttons. You can turn those on and off. So let's kind of see what we're working with here and do a rundown of the sounds. Let's do a rundown of the sounds. And so there's 148 sounds. I won't name all these off like I normally would do with the kit, but I'm just going to turn the knob and we're going to run through the sounds as expeditiously as possible. So let's get it. That's dope. Those vocal runs are pretty dope. It says they're in, looks like what, A minor to C major. Now, the cool thing is when you go up under the hood of these Play Instruments here just for a second, you can actually choose the key depending upon, yeah, you can actually choose the key of these. I can't remember the exact screen, but you can actually go in and you can choose the key. So if you need to change those sounds to fit the key of your song, you can go in and just make those. I wonder how they're going to do it with it being vocals, how sophisticated is the vocal engine in here. But you can go in here and easily, from what I used to know, you could go in here and just change the key. And I was trying to look in here and I don't see it, but I'm pretty sure. I'm looking under the effects, the sequencer. There it is. So you can go in here, see, you can change the key. You can change the key, the root key, the scale. You can change all that for the sound. So you don't have to worry about these matching up with whatever sound you have. So let's go back. I really like. I'm really interested in something that they said. They said you can make your own riffs, and we can already hear on some of these sounds that they're actually riffs. I will come back. I'm not done with this. I'm gonna come back with this and Sacred Futures, and I'm gonna do quite a few videos. At least try to do about 5 or 6 videos, about 3 each, maybe even 4 each on the play this particular instrument and that Sacred Futures, and I'll be making some beats combining both of them. And I'm gonna do some investigating over the weekend to kind of see how do you come up with some of the vocal riffs, because some of the stuff we're hearing right now is just dope. It's dope right there. Man, I'm wondering, like, I can't wait to see what you can do with these as far as changing the key. I wonder if these right here, uh, if these ones that say like C minor, will they actually let you change the key? It's dope right there too. Okay, so that's all 148 sounds. All 148 sounds. Um, Now, when I heard Melted Vibes, one of the things that I didn't like about Melted Vibes was that a lot of the sounds to me sounded the same. And it seems like with this, as you got more towards the end, a lot of the sounds sounded the same. But the cool thing about this is, like I said, once you get these play instruments, I think these are perfect for, like me, for example. I deal a lot with, I don't too much mess with the presets a lot. I like VSTs that have great presets because I want to focus more on making the music with the sounds that I like, that I hear. But the cool thing about it is I'm trying to get a little bit more into tweaking some of the presets so that I can really have my own sound. But the issue becomes you don't want to get too much into tweaking the sounds because then it takes away from making the music. So with the play instruments, what makes these so unique is that because they make so much accessible through the 8 buttons that you don't have to worry about getting thrown off by tweaking. You can just turn a couple of knobs and you can come up with something that you like or come up with something unique. Let's see. So like, let's see, hit that on the plug-in. See, in actuality, with these play instruments, you know, you really have unlimited instruments because you can just do small tweaks and you got a different sound. That right there that's just turning the balance. Then, of course, you can do the cutoff. We're going to get more into this when we do the beat making videos, but I just want to give you a quick little demo. And of course, you know, these chorus, you can save all your own presets. Pretty dope. That's delay, reverb. And then, of course, we got the sauce. Let's see what the sauce does. Pretty dope. And you can save your own presets. Of course, I'm not saving that one. I'm really intrigued by this one right here, these kind right here. Okay, so obviously that is some sort of riff. See, that's the part I want to try to understand, because it seemed like they said through chops that you could really, through the chops you could make your own. And see right here, these are just pitches and stuff like that. So I'm going to figure that out, and we're going to look at that sometime next week. But I really want to know, how did they get that on their demo? But then when I play, there it is. Okay. Okay. It's pretty interesting there. So that right there, see this sound. Okay. Okay, so now I see So there's one section that has the riffs. That's dope. So I guess they're talking about you can make your they're talking about looks like you can make your own riffs like this. Because I was thinking that'd be pretty sophisticated for a $49 play instrument to be able to, do various things with the chops and make your own riffs. But I see what they're talking about. And then you can come back with that balance. Oh man, let's see a beat. I hear a beat already with that. It's dope. That is so dope. So. That's just a couple of the sounds we played around with. And like I said, if you really want to get into the technical aspect of this, a lot of this stuff is just really self-explanatory. You can open this up and you can just go in here and tweak. And as you will notice, if I'm not mistaken, you'll notice like you see these little dots. Notice how they match up with certain parameters in here. And so you can assign, I don't know why. Hold on just a second. You can go in, as you can see these little dots, they match up with parameters that you can actually go in and assign to the knobs, and you can have the 8 knobs control whatever you want them to control. You can have them to control whatever you want them to control. Like I said, the play instruments are very simplistic in my opinion, but they can get as deep as you want them to be. You got your A layer, your B layer. You can link those, or you can unlink them, to where whatever you tweak on A will be tweaked on B. You got LFO 1 and 2, mod envelope, and amp envelope. It's so in depth. You can go as in depth as you want to get, and of course you can they have their own effects that come with each sound if you want to do that. And of course, like I said, it's got a sequencer to where you can affect pitch and pitch, velocity. You can do the cutoff, the flanger, and basically it's going to affect the knobs, whatever you have selected on your macro knobs. So really, really dope. Also, you can change the order of these up here at the top, which I think is really dope. And as you can see, these also match up with the knobs down here. It's pretty self-explanatory. But like I said, you can really get in depth if you want to go up under the hood, which, like I said, for me, I just like to just do a little bit of tweaking here and there, and I got it going. And let's see, hold on a second before we go here. Let's see what this sauce does right here. See, it does something kind of different, it seems, to every sound. So that is going to do it for this video. I gave you 148 sounds, kind of talked a little bit about what's up under the hood. We demoed a couple of sounds. And my conclusion is this is better than Melted Vibes. Melted Vibes is nice, but it is not better than Glaze. Cloud Supply for me is the best play instrument that they have, at least for the genre of music I like to do. I like to do trap music, R&B, hip hop, but I really love trap. And it's not necessarily trap music, but I love the trap tempos, and so I love to make the music in the trap style because either way it translates depending upon what you're making. But I really like a lot of vocal sounds in my tracks. I like the lush vocal sounds. That's what I like. So Glaze to me is so appealing. I can't wait. You put Glaze with Cloud Supply, and then you put that with Sacred Futures and Pure Drip, and then Snipe Young has one more. Let's see, I forgot what was the Certified Gold. Certified Gold. So for me, it's Pure Drip, and I think I'm going to now put Sacred Futures in head of Pure Drip. Sacred Futures, Pure Drip, Certified Gold, Play Series Instrument, Glaze, and Cloud Supply, and you have a combination of where you won't need anything else to make beats. You could use those three expansions and those two play instruments if you do R&B, trap, pop, whatever, and you could just go on and on and on. And so this Glaze, it is really, really dope. I really like this. I'm glad they came out with this so quickly behind Melted Vibes because I bought Melted Vibes and really have not even touched it. Not even touched it. So, as I said, once again, for me, I've already bought it. So, depending upon what you heard, what do you think? Are you going to buy Glaze and get some of that sauce put on your tracks? Or are you going to let this one be a pass and wait for the next one? So, until the next one, keep inspiring, keep grinding. Peace.